Hey Bosky,
Yeah,
what's cooking? You're looking at the clouds.
somebody came up with a nice recipe. A blender designed in the USA, made in India. Take the J platform engine from the Royal Enfield,
Royal Enfield.
put it in the blender. Take the Honda CB350 engine, put it into the blender. Take some Milwaukee Spice, secret recipe. Sprinkle a little, get the munjals to turn the switch on.
I know where you're heading.
Voila! That's what you get.
The Harley-Davidson 440X.
The Harley-Davidson X440.
Oh, it is X440?
I don't know, doesn't matter. That's what's cooking today. Shall we taste it and see?
By all means.
Let's go. Ta-da!
Wow.
This is the final dish that has come out from that beautiful blender. Americanized, Indianized, American. You can call it whatever you want. But finally, it's a mix of American and Indian. After riding the KTM 250 Adventure, which is what a company does on the ride today, I got onto this, and for some stupid reason, I tried to ride it like that. And this was crying for mercy. It took me a good 10-12 minutes and then transformed my experience. It's got that character of that long stroke single, the thumper. It's a few steps. It's an evolution and an improvement on those two engines put together. It's got the best of the J series, which is that beautiful bottom end mid-range grunt, and it's got some of the CB350 characteristics, which is actually it can rev beautifully without vibrating and shaking.
I think if you're looking for something that's like a relaxed cruiser and still achieve the triple mark, sustain it for a whole day without stressing yourself or the vehicle, I think they made a fantastic engine.
They've done a good job. In 6th gear, it's got the sweet spot from 70 to 110. A 40 km/h band requiring no gear change, a gentle
Flick of the wrist.
right wrist. It's happiest in that range. I think around 3,500 to 4,500 RPM. That's the sweet spot. Oh yes, it can go more than 4,500. There is no doubt about it. And if it can do 70 to 110 in that range, this is all I need. I really don't need anything else. What about the vibes? What did you feel? Did you feel?
I felt a slight buzz on the handlebars at around 2,500 revs, and that was when I felt it's like when you roll off the throttle. Only then
maybe a little too low, maybe.
Yes.
Yeah, it's probably just dropping off that optimum
Yes.
RPM.
But apart from that, no vibes on the foot peg, no vibes on the seat, no vibes on the tank. It was perfectly fine for me.
When I sat on it and started it, there's a prominent buzz in the handlebar and everything was shaking. I said, oh, it doesn't look good. Doesn't look good. Get out of idle, that goes away.
Yes.
Something very unusual about this. It goes away completely. There's no buzz. There's a slight buzz everywhere and it stays constant right through, reminding me that it's not an electric motorcycle. No buzz on the seat, nothing. The tank doesn't buzz. 120, there was no buzz. It didn't. After 120, it starts to run out of steam.
I think it doesn't make sense to push this bike beyond that.
A typical Harley-Davidson. Enjoy the meaty mid-range, enjoy the beat, the sound. And one more thing, does it sound like a Harley-Davidson? I don't think we need to even answer that question.
Nah,
Doesn't
how
matter.
can a single match a V-twin?
No need to go into that subject at all. Does it sound good? Yes, it's got that nice flat beat. It's a thumper.
I still remember yesterday evening when you came in and when you were revving, I knew. It has a distinct thump compared to your Classic or the
CB or the Triumph.
Or the Triumph.
It's got a unique
It's
tone.
got a unique thing.
They've done something. You see the exhaust pipe.
It resembles an anaconda.
The head.
You see the way it's gone around.
It's like the anaconda hiding.
Yes.
See,
yes.
it doesn't come out straight this way.
Yes.
Okay, though the end can is here, it comes out, drops down, goes back in, cuts across on the other side, comes into the primary muffler and then comes out. A long header. I think this is to get certain engine characteristic. That probably more to do with the sound, that one. This is to get a certain type of character out of the engine. The long headers and short headers, they create a different kind of output in the engine.
Okay.
So pretty good. I like the engine.
So you're okay to ignore the various build to cost factors?
Yes. Yeah. I'm
Because
quite happy.
To be quite honest, I think by the looks of it, the premiumness and stuff like that, somewhere you get that
They
feeling.
have built it to a cost.
They built it to a cost.
Definitely. It's already little more than what the perceived competition is. The Speed 400 is perceived to be the competition. Royal Enfield J series motorcycles are perceived competition. The CB350, obviously the RS, and to some extent maybe some of those Javas or ESDs or whatever. This is significantly costing more. What's the on-road price?
I think it starts 3 variants, 3.14 is the entry, and the most expensive one, the top end, this one is 3.64 in Bangalore on road.
That is around 40 to 70,000 more than the competition.
Is it because they spend a lot of USD than INR to make it?
It's because it says Harley-Davidson. How does the dish look?
It looks very good when compared to me seeing it on the pictures. I think this looks very good.
Yeah, let's speak about the looks. Yeah, it looks much better in real life than it did in the photographs and the images.
I think they were terribly inspired by Marilyn Monroe's flowing gown and they shot it from the under.
All shots were Marilyn Monroe style,
Yes.
Right?
I didn't understand that. You
Then
don't
to-
crawl into this motorcycle to look up from there. You walk in, swing your leg across, and that's it. Top-down view.
That is where it should be viewed from, not the Marilyn Monroe upskirt style.
I don't know. These days, I see a lot of our reviewers trying a bottoms up. I don't get the.
Perhaps some
hang of it.
motorcycles, maybe the Ducati Panigale or maybe the Hayabusa, the ones with all that fairing, bodywork and all that, probably look
Better?
good from those. Yeah, we never ride those anyway. Even Hero is guilty of that. In their ads, all their shots, the motorcycle, the camera is on the road, right, at ground level, looking this way, looking this way. Okay, enough of that. So coming to reality, at this normal human height, average human height, looks much better.
Honestly, when I looked at the tank, the way it has been sculpted, simple line, very neat.
It's got a good flow from here. Pretty substantial looking tank from the top. It's got good side panels,
Metal,
all metal, mudguards, metal. Yeah,
metal.
seat is pretty good.
I found the seat
Yeah.
firm to the right extent, not overtly firm like what we have on the KTM.
KTM, yeah,
Properly balanced.
right amount, right?
Yeah.
And this, look at this, solid, looks good, finish is good. The engine has got a lot of expulse in it.
We'll come to that later.
The looks of the engine,
Yeah.
a lot of expulse cues. Keeping the expulse engine and this next to it, it looks like, from the same brain. Designing the expulse engine and say, hey, design this too. Okay, you must have sketched it together. And the alloy wheels.
Yeah. I'm a big fan of those alloy wheels.
It's got that beautiful fork-like thingy sticking out. Best looking alloys I have seen as a standard fitment on any motorcycle.
I felt it was more like a connecting rod.
Yeah, okay, there you go. You're a petrol head.
When I look at it from the top, but I find that like you're connecting rod.
Yeah, the big end.
Yeah, the big end and the small end.
Nice, pretty nice. The rear foot rest bracket is also quite decent, well made.
But I got to moan about the pegs.
Too small.
I think it's not one size, two
Did
or
they-
three sizes small.
Did they fit the rear foot peg to the rider foot peg by mistake?
Looks exactly right. I think
It's
this-
the same. There's no difference. It's
Yeah.
the same. They're given a spring here, obviously. Spring loaded. This could have been a little bit.
Yeah, a little bit wider, a little bit longer.
Oh, I'm sure our aftermarket, we have about a dozen companies who will come up with all kinds of accessories for it. And one accessories they will come up with is a bar riser. Okay, this already looks like a lamppost. Yeah.
Pull it even more back so that the rider can sit here
Yeah,
and ride.
make it look like, so they'll be like this. Don't want to be riding like this. That riser of a thing is being overdone. All we need is just a few mm. just slightly to personalize as per our. I'm sure somebody will come up with another lamppost on this. You know, two lampposts together. The
Reminds me
handlebar
of
will come
something
here.
else. Eh?
Shocks,
It was decent,
decent. Yeah, suspension was okay.
but I think the front,
bit
I
dull?
don't know. Yeah.
Maybe it's new. It still has to start to rebound in a more
Okay.
active way. I felt it a bit dull. It's only 150
Yeah.
kilometers it has run, so I'm sure it will get a bit better.
Rear
Quite
is
okay,
perfectly
yeah.
well balanced.
Seat is good. When I sat on it initially, when I took it from the showroom, I found this edge a bit too narrow here. When the feet are up, it feels comfortable.
Yes.
When I'm down, it feels a bit odd because the foam is firm. This was kind of,
Yeah.
I could feel it was prominent in the thigh. Once my foot is up, seat is good, and it looks amazing from this
Yeah.
angle. The top, this view from here is pretty good. LED stuff, headlight is LED. It's got a dash that's a bit confused between a circle and a square, and it's got a circle inside it. So visually, it's kind of hypnotic. So I stopped looking at it. And it's got that auto dimmer. Changes from a dark background, the display, to a white background. White background when it is bright, a dark background when you go into a dark space under a tree. So if you keep going in and out of trees, under the shade of trees, you'll see that going blink, 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 blink. Quite distracting in one way. I guess we'll get used to it. So auto headlight.
Auto headlight is a cool feature,
Yeah.
but this,
I think auto headlight and the dash changing colors as per the ambient light. A good touch, something we are not used to. Maybe we'll get
read
used
it
to
with the right intentions. Let's appreciate the effort.
Yeah, no, it's good, it's good, it's good. That's okay. Like anything new, we have to just get used to it. What are the boo-boos? One obvious boo-boo I can see. The brand name and the model together in one decal or one monogram. Probably cut it off and stick it here.
I think they could have done that. I'm not sure
It's
why.
an aesthetic boo-boo. It's
Yeah.
a blank here. Maybe they're trying to create an identity with this. I don't know. What are the boo-boo?
I think the welds, I think there's definitely scope for improvement.
Yeah.
Not been consistent all across.
You were mentioning this, right?
Yes.
Only this section, the finish is quite different to this.
Yes.
There must be some reason for it because it is quite obvious.
I'm just failing to figure out why they've done it that way. Doesn't look bad or
Doesn't look bad, but it stands out. Like, you know, why is this finish, surface finish, different from everything else around it? So boo-boo. Then the rider foot peg could have been wider, bigger
Yeah,
foot peg.
wider and a bit
Considering
longer.
it is a
Harley-Davidson.
Harley-Davidson, a bigger foot peg would have been in order. What else?
Cables and cables.
All these cables seem to be rushing into this small spot here, going through and kind of fouling with the ignition switch itself.
and even the USB socket that they've given
USB
becomes a
socket.
bit hard.
So we need to pull a wire apart. I don't
Yeah.
know if it is only on this particular
Model?
vehicle or maybe in all. I need to check that. Side stand.
It doesn't give me the confidence that it's gonna last long.
It's quite stable,
It's
but
quite stable, yes.
it's very small, skinny, and it's got a kink. But solid. It doesn't look, but it works solid.
It works well. Doesn't give the impression that it is built to last, but
It seems to be okay.
yeah,
Bike is solid. It doesn't.
yeah, it
move.
doesn't even move, no play.
Unlike on the Himalayan, you're scared to do this because it might fall over.
You're being harsh.
See, this got the same visual delicateness like the Himalayan side stand.
Gear lever could have been better. Again, I'm trying to nitpick.
That's an X-Pulse gear lever.
Yes, it is.
So there is nothing major to pick on this. It's hard to find anything major. It's built to a cost. That's what we can say. All the ones we pointed out, the welds to do better would definitely cost more. To finish this place definitely would cost more. To give bigger foot pegs will cost more. Everything is going to add to cost. Maybe they did not want to.
I think Mr. Munjal was being a miser.
Not really. Maybe the market is being miser. Manufacturers are dictated by the market. If the market
That's a valid
is
point.
If the market is miserly, I don't want to spend. I want everything for nothing. That's how our market is. Very, very price sensitive, and we are notorious for bitching about money and price and everything. And then we'll go and negotiate. Nice touch here. It's got a rubber o-ring around the keyhole to keep water away.
Yes.
Did you see that? It's got a stopper so that the over-enthusiastic petrol bunk attendant will not go boom and dump his gun into the tank.
And when he removes the gun, the tank comes out.
And make a scratch there which will break some people's heart. You scratched my tank! I will never visit that petrol bunk again. Take Google 1 star and abuse them. So you see, they have helped Google ratings of petrol bunks by giving that little piece there. Good. Don't mind my sarcasm. I'm actually genuinely appreciating the touch of that grill at the bottom.
Yeah, you don't get to see that.
Yeah.
In order to make the motorcycle look a bit bigger, you see a lot of vacant spaces. Like you stand here, you see the swing arm, you can see the gear lever there and all that stuff.
Yeah. They kind of stretched it. There's a lot of vacant space inside, which is good. This is physically bigger than the Speed 400. It's more like the CB350 size, right?
Yes.
CB350 is a little less stretched out. I like it. I like it.
Good sump card as well.
Yeah, hey, this
Metal.
What can I say? LED lamps.
Yep.
Look at, hey, see this chrome?
I like that chrome finish.
Tinted chrome, huh?
Tinted chrome, yeah.
Here too, this bezel here. Very nice. Nice bezel, matching
And
bezel.
it's like quite consistent.
Yeah, pretty good.
It's not like a different shade.
They've done some things and let out some things, but that's okay. We have to compromise somewhere.
I think for a first attempt, they've done well.
Brilliant. You know what? I think they are going to bring a cruiser version with this engine. Typical Harley. Push foot pegs forward, ape hanger handlebars. But still, our people put risers and take it here. That's our typical.
To let the underarms dry of the sweat.
Open throttle more. Terrible. Cut. The cruiser will be fantastic.
It'll be interesting, yeah.
Big cruiser handlebar, forward set foot pegs, cruiser seat with a backrest. I'm sure they will come out with it. This is the first iteration of this platform. Air cooled and the engine heat. Did we? I didn't feel any unusual heat. I rode it yesterday in the traffic. Of course, temperature has dropped compared to a month or month and a half back. However, the same traffic on a Saturday, Bangalore CBD, the heat dissipation is quite good. It's got a nice oil cooler guard. Nice, man. CK?
Yes, boss.
I like this motorcycle. Whatever it is, it's a small Harley, it's not a Harley, it doesn't sound like a Harley. All this criticism doesn't really matter. I mean, hell with all that. This is made in India Harley. Made for India Harley.
Made for India Harley.
Harley-Davidson, this 440. I'm not going to compare, nor am I going to compare in any future video. Not going to make that comparison. It's like asking, do you like a mango or do you like an apple? If I pick the apple, don't you like the mango? If I pick the mango, don't you like the apple? So it's very difficult to choose. We cannot, it's not comparing the two. It's like saying, if I'm younger, I'll eat a lot of mangoes. My system can take it. But considering the fact I am probably older than some of those trees you see in this layout,
Yep.
I prefer an apple because that's better for my system. So it's a personal choice. The song to sing now is hold hand here and say US national anthem, dude.
Ah, okay.
Maybe it is not the time. Now it is time to play Sare Jahan Se Acha Hindustan Hamara.
True.
So CK,
Busky.
after all the early morning shenanigans, right on the highway, well done, right on the Swachha Bengaluru roads, and finally back to the showroom.
Indeed.
Why are you so sad?
To leave the machine and go.
You want to ride around longer?
Yes, why not?
Yeah, I wanted to too, but they need this for the test rides. The showroom is busy. Anyway.
Buzz, huh?
Yeah.
I've hardly seen such buzz in Harley-Davidson showroom.
Yes. So the final verdict from CK and Bosky. What do you think? If you are in the market for a retro long stroke single, what would be your go-to?
Well, Busky, I think last time round when we did the CB350 RS, I was pretty much impressed with the sportiness of it. But this bike is my go-to bike now. I've had a change of mind. I'm going to put my money in if I'm in the market for a long stroke single retro motorcycle. How about you, Busky?
I am reminded of Maya Angelou. There is a quote which goes something like this. She said, people will forget what is said to them. People will forget what is shown to them. People will always remember how they were made to feel. And this motorcycle made me feel good.
One of the core reasons why we ride motorcycles, to feel good.
Yeah. And this has got that special factor, the long stroke beat, the handling, the way it behaves and responds to the throttle. Typical Harley-Davidson. Laid back, relaxed, long stroke.
Even you gasping now.
Hope you guys enjoyed this review as much as we did riding this motorcycle. And we will be back to ride some more. Till next time.
This bike begs for 2 monograms.
Yeah, I know, it's funny. This is the first time I have seen the brand logo with the model in the same monogram. Have you seen anything like this before? If you have, please let me know.
Yeah, share your comment.
I don't remember seeing the main logo of a company, a brand, with the model in the same. This is a bit blank here. Can we stick it here?